That will make it hard for T1 to play their own game. And we were talking about playstyles. Gambit, they can play fairly quick with this. Like, Bristleback doesn't take too much to be online. It will need a lot for late game, but mid game, you just really...
Just in case Carl gets a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, and this one is going to be steady for both sides. They've got that early presence from each. You mentioned both of them having their sticks up, so you have some burst regen on hand. Carl is kind of falling behind a bit, but not by much. It's within 1 CS of each other. Going to hold steady for both sides. A bit more important for Carl, although...
Yeah, no one. He's copying a lot of damage. Still has those stick charges, but Carl's not giving up. Ooh. But he's going to go down before he can get the kill. No one understanding his limits on this Bristle. Just baiting in Carl, and Carl...
He's got level 2.
He's going to be the first one of the game.
So he can at least regen up and just go back for the stun. You still don't want to trade with Spirit Breaker early on. Very tanky hero, and if you get bashed down, you could just be dead.
Certainly so. Whitemon trying to be very aggressive on this SB so far. You do see over on the side Afterlife, he's just been calmly farming up, but so is Savage. 23 Savage, currently 19-4 on the Morphling, having a great old time. Meanwhile, though, mid lane, no one is going to be punished. Carl does eventually get his revenge on the Batrider. Time around, looks like no one had committed the stick charges and didn't really have... He had the assistance of Seneko that time around, but I think it was purely the Bristleback getting the kill. Seneko just around in case. But this mid matchup really back and forth, and I guess this is a lane to watch now. 3 kills already in this mid lane. In fact, no other kills have happened across the map. And John, I might add, I really like what no one's doing here. Just dragging the creep wave away, not allowing it to go underneath his own tier 1 tower. This will allow him to get the farm and XP without giving anything away to the Batrider. And meanwhile, towards the top, he can help just secure some bounty runes. They're trying to forever, snowballs their immersion, make sure they get the kill. And now Zephyr trying to run, should make it up, but no one. He wants to go for a dive behind that tier 1, and he does get the double. Great rotation there by no one to make sure they get that added value.
You'll have to watch your spacing out. Both heroes forced to walk back into lane as well, so you are missing out on a lot of last hits, and they are trying to get some charges off, securing that next power rune here. No one.
It's the haste. No one clicks a bit faster than Whitemon, and now the stun comes out. Seneko. Nice rotation now. That'll be the 4th kill, or rather 5th for the Bristle. No one on a dominating spree. He's level 7 in comparison to the level 6 of Carl. Carl, he's going to have a go at this. Lasso out with the Melodic. It should be enough damage, and they will get a return kill now. Great rotation there from Zephyr to ensure they could get the kill with that first lasso. Make it happen. Level 2 chains up. Yeah, not really much to be afraid about. Carl, he's just going to leave the area now. Meanwhile, top lane, they have initiated again onto Zephyr. He will die on the Witch Doctor, and they'll also get Forev. We talked about this lane, but Io Tusk, it's quite disgusting to have to go into. The Monaco Gambit making it look extremely good, as now even no one with a haste rune onto Carl. He's burning out Whitemon, he's going to come in, but no one's going to be safe. He's got the haste rune, not within the fire any longer. Kills the Batrider another time.
And Gambit having this really good start, 2-8, 1k lead, really basically free farm coming out for Dream, just big issues.
Zephyr's in trouble in the mid lane again. He's going to try and run, but a nice Earth Spike there from Seneko. Still Carl now going to rotate on the Batrider and try to get a kill themselves right onto Immersion, and it looks like he knows he's dead. Real back and forth here for this game 1. I love to see it, John. Just 2 teams that are willing to get aggressive straight away.
Down as well. If
no
he wants
farming
to
involved
relocate,
here.
So you have to be careful about that. Whereas Savage, he's getting dived.
He is getting dived, but he's got that strength morph at level 4. There's no real chance of killing him off right now. He's very safe unless he makes a mistake. They should be very aware that 23 Savage is having a very good time. But there's your Earth Spike out. He didn't get the strength morph off into the Hex. Never mind. We forgot about the Lion with that instantaneous Hex, and we kind of talked about that in the drafting stage. That's one thing I guess 23 Savage does have to be wary of. is if he gets hexed, he might just die. Still, top side of the map, we've got Dream in a lasso now. Zephyr around with the Maledict, the stun out as well. Dream, he can't get out of this one. In fact, his Tusk may not be able to get out of this one. Immersion trying to get something done, but the perma stun out from Forev, and Carl is able to pick up the double.
You don't have natural push heroes on either side, but you can see Gambit now eyeing that mid, getting the shove in. They've got 3 heroes around. There's only really Forev to defend for now.
That's a really big deal if they lose this mid-tier 1 tower. And this is what Monaco Gambit want to do. They want to take your objectives quick and kind of just not allow you to farm across the map. Want to make it very, very hard for Savage on that Morphling to feel comfortable. Forev, he's going to juke out the shards, but there's a spike out into the snowball and the finger and the walrus punch out from Immersion. But now Carl is around with Zephyr. They'll make the jump in onto no one, but now Dream joins in. A buyback. Forev coming back into this team fight, but Carl is looking way too low and does go down to the IO. So does Zephyr, and now the Earth Spike there on Forev to make sure he can't punish. But Whitemon going to charge in onto Immersion. They've got the Tusk, but they miss the swashbuckle. It won't matter though. They get the kill, but now no one. Might be able to punish Forev and get a dieback very early on. In fact, look at the damage output. My goodness. It's a lot of damage out from Monaco Gambit, and that's a dieback immediately.
Top jungle, 423 Savage. He needs a lot more space to farm up. Look at the progress here on Dream. He's already got 1 Ogre Axe up.
Carl did steal a neutral item. He got a free shovel for himself, so that's nice, but he might die for it. I don't know how worth it you think that is, John. I guess Trusty Shovel is quite nice, but that's your mid-Bat Rider dying.
Even on the Timbersaw, you don't have enough burst damage to deal with any of these heroes on T1 set.
This is very scary stuff for T1. Monaco Gambit, they are looking very strong to get their day started already with this game 1 for sure. Dream just really farming out of his mind right now, and I say that, but no one's actually ahead on the Bristle. This Bristleback is looking quite unstoppable. Still, top lane, they have caught out Carl again. Earth Spike into the Hex, Snowball there. They have the finger from Seneko, and they will make sure that Carl goes down. Not a fun time for the Bat Rider. But Monaco Gambit, their rotations are looking very smooth. Yeah, you expend the Rolling Thunder, but it's going to be off cooldown in 40 seconds. I think the bonus gold for the whole team is going to be well worth it for that.
Oh yeah, they need that injection. They know they can't fight right now in T1, so you take what you can get, although they are diving.
It's a hard kill to go for, Afterlife. He's taking all the Death Ward damage, but nothing's happening. Now the lasso comes out. No one. He's going to rotate. Afterlife still alive, just not dying.
Zephyr.
To the Melodic Zephyr. He's going to die, even though he tried to TP. It wasn't enough, and now Carl's going to go down. They just can't kill him. Afterlife, he took the whole Death Ward duration with the Melodict, and nothing happened. Forev. He's been relocated on. He's going to try and run. They might just dive the tier 3 towers now. It looks like they can, and they will. Forev, he can't even roll away. Just utter domination from Monaco Gambit. Look at Carl and that Bat Rider, just so poor now. That's one thing you never wanted as a Bat Rider, is to fall behind. Especially after the nerfs that came out. Just not quite as powerful as the hero. Smoke. Monaco Gambit. Move in. Carl gonna break the smoke immediately. He does have a blink up now. This will be the surprise reveal. I'm not sure if Monaco Gambit saw this. They're gonna go mid lane to try and go after no one. It's the big Bristleback, but there goes Dream to make sure he stays healed up. Forev gonna roll through, trying to get the damage up, but now the snowball safe to delay things. Seneko will be blown up by 23 Savage. They'll go on to Carl instead. There's your Bat Rider dead. Can they do anything else though, T1? They've almost got the Tusk and they'll get him, but they've lost Whitemon on the SP. On to no one now. 23 Savage going to try and do it by himself, but it's not looking possible. He needs to just chain away, and T1 will lose that team fight.
On his talent, he's rushing the BKB. And once you have that BKB on the IO, just none of that damage will matter. None of the control will matter. You have to expend the lasso on the IO, but even then, it's going to be a hard ask for the side of T1. You have the snowball save on hand. You have a lot of ways of coming back in. And Gambit, they don't wait for any cooldowns. They just smoke up and go again.
Savage, he did get the DD rune in time. Carl's courier just hanging around at the rune spot. I believe was getting vision for Savage, but get taken out. Now no one. Find that Morphling. Forev trying to get himself out, and the rest of T1, they're around this bot lane. They're all just kind of trapped. They have to try and find a way out for Rev. He's going to try and run a distraction play. Nako, Snowball Duke going to be there by immersion. They're just going to follow the Rolling Thunder. Rev, he'll allow everyone from his team to get out, and it looks like he may just get out himself to boot.
With Zephyr?
Zephyr's in trouble though. Top lane, he's just going to die. Dream. It's just too much damage though. Whitemon's going to still charge in. I don't think that's going to work out in their favor, however. Look at the damage output from Dream. In fact, relocate into the mid lane. They found Forev, the fingers out, and Forev is dead. Dream will take another.
Oh boy. This is not lining up at all for T1. No one now is just running down Whitemon. And he's so slow.
He is very slow with all that nasal goo. He's going to die mid-charge. A triple kill out for Dream now, right across the map. If T1 can just keep this stage pushing and creep skipping, it may be enough time for Savage to get a damage item up, or even just that Eye of Skadi rush. And after that point, you might be able to contest.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. They're not quite out of it yet, T1, but it's a very hard game to climb back in. Level 20 up on Dream, so those Spirits are going to do a lot more up front, and they've only got one outer tower left here on the side of T1. Gambit just going to be looking to apply that pressure mid to really secure complete control on the map, and T1's got to step up here.
Lasso out, he goes straight onto immersion. They want the Tusk dead. They want to make sure there's no snowball saves, but he does get into the snowball. Forev, meanwhile, Rolling Thunder in the back. They kill off Seneka. That's 23 Savage. Immersion now. Dropping to the Melodic. The charge in. Whitemon gets another. They're still doing pretty well here, T1, but Whitemon is going to die now. Monaco Gambit looking to turn this one right back around. Forev dropping low. Could not get to the low ground. Now they want Savage. But Savage is going to go for the TP away, and it looks like he is going to be all right. So a 2-for-2 trade. It still feels like it did favor Monaco Gambit.
So T1 does get a little bit more value, and at least finding Enting they can actually kill off. You're still not going to be happy about losing Forev, but he is having a really slow game in the Pango. The key is just buying that space out for Savage. You're going to have some issues now. The blink is up.
Bot lane, Carl, Taneko just doing a great job to set up for Dream. That's one of those things, right, with this Lion, having the blink up now, you're going to be able to initiate anywhere across the map, and you're always going to have that relocate. But mid lane, they're going to try and initiate now. 23 Savage just charging in with that SB form, straight onto the IO. But can they burst Dream down? They've got the stuns out. It's a lot of damage, but there's your snowball now. Whitemon's already dead, and Savage, he can't survive the damage output. It's way too high. Forev also being jumped. He's going to die. It's a 4-for-0 trade, and they're going high ground. There is nothing to stop Monaco Gambit here. They are getting at least one lane of racks.
They're probably going to get more. Like, the respawns are short enough in T1. They do have the Death Ward to maybe play around with, but they charged the right target there. Dream was isolated for a bit. It's just not enough. They don't have enough to melt through the IO. The heart's up on Dream, so they basically have infinite sustain now. And with a Basher up on no one, at least they have some way of maybe stopping the TP plays out. And the Abyssal's not too far off as well. Only recipe left. So you are hitting all these major spikes, and Gambit can just keep forcing these objectives down.
That they can. To the top racks they go. Nice and easy for Monaco Gambit so far. Jump in, Carl. He's going to go for the lasso. Still tethered there onto no one. They just can't kill him. He's just too tanky. He's going to walk away. Savage is going to die in the fire. They're going to lose Forev as well. This is just looking like real bad news now for T1. They call it. They have had enough. And Monaco Gambit quite confidently take game number 1.
Yeah, a really strong performance from Gambit to start off with. T1, I mean, they had something there. They had the Spirit Breaker Morphling. They opened up confidently.